Hey kids, it's me, Teacher A. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to get probabilities without Venn diagrams. Okay, let's start. To start our discussion, let me define mutually exclusive events. Okay, so they are events that cannot happen at the same time. Okay, hindi sila pwedeng sabay mangyari. Okay, so that's why they are also called disjoint events. Let me give you some examples of mutually exclusive events. Okay, tossing a coin. Okay, the event of getting a head and the event of getting a tail are disjoint events. Okay, they are mutually exclusive events because they cannot happen at the same time. Okay, di ba? Pag nag-toss ka ng coin, hindi pwedeng sabay siya mangyari. Right? Dapat isa lang sa kanila. Okay, let's have another example. Rolling a die. Okay, you cannot have 2 dots and 6 dots at the same time. Right? So, ganun ang mutually exclusive events. Okay? Now, how do we get the probability of union of two mutually exclusive events? Okay? So, let us recall a Venn diagram here. This one. This is a Venn diagram that represents two events that are mutually exclusive. Okay? Ibig sabihin, wala silang intersection. Okay? Ayan o, magkahiwalay sila. Disjoint sila. So, this is how we get the probability of their union. So, remember, the probability of A union B is the same as the probability of A or B. And this is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B. Okay? So, ganun lang kasimple if you want to get the probability of union of two mutually exclusive events. Now, how do we get the probability of union of two events if they are not mutually exclusive? Okay, so let me show you a Venn diagram of two events that are not disjoint or that are not mutually exclusive. Here, so madali lang, di ba? Mayroon lang silang intersection. Okay, so we get the probability of A or B, okay, or we get the probability of A union B. So, ganito lang yon. Actually, napakita ko na to sa mga previous videos ko. Una, we get the probability of A. Ito yun. Okay. Next, we get the probability of B. Okay, ito yun. Okay, and now, if you check, tingnan nyo sa A, na-count na yung intersection, right? And then, dito sa B, na-count ulit yung intersection. So, para matanggal yung double counting, okay, we subtract this portion. Okay, so that's why we have this minus the probability of A intersection B. Well, actually, this is the general formula, okay, to get the probability of A union B. What do I mean by that? If you want to get the probability of A union B, it is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus the probability of A intersection B. Kasi kung wala naman silang intersection, like they are mutually exclusive events, zero lang naman yung probability ng intersection nila. So, mawawala lang to. Alright? Okay. So, we recall, how do we calculate probabilities again? So, let's say we want to get the probability of an event A. Okay, how do we get its probability? Like this. Okay, so all we have to do is to count the number of elements. Okay, dun sa numerator, ito yung bilang ng elements na nasa set A. Okay, kasi yun ang gusto natin kunin ng probability. And then sa denominator, ito yung total number of elements in the sample space. So I hope this is clear. All right. Let me give you some basic examples here. Number one is the sample space for what? For tossing a coin, right? We have a head and a tail. Now, if I ask you, what is the probability of getting a head? Or what is the probability of getting a tail? Okay? So, kita naman natin, isa lang yung head. So, that's why, yun yung nasa numerator. Okay? Ano yung nasa denominator? 2. Kasi, 2 yung total number of elements dito sa sample space na ito. Okay? So that's why we have this. Okay? Let's have another example. What about this one? S, this one is the sample space if you roll a die once. Okay? And now, let's consider this event E. Okay? This is the event of getting an even number. Okay? So, if you recall, what is an even number? It is divisible by 2. Or mag-skip count lang kayo ng by 2s. Okay? So, the event E contains these elements. 2, 4, 6. Now, if I ask you to get the probability of E, okay, all you have to do is to count the number of elements in E. So you have 3 divided by the number of elements in S. So we have this. Okay, so N of E, this means the cardinality of set E, or this gives the number of elements in the set E. Okay, divided by the number of elements in the sample space. So that's why we have 3 over 6. Again, this is not yet your final answer because you have to write it in its simplest form. So to simplify, we divide the numerator by 3, we get 1, and then we divide also the denominator by 3, we get 2. Okay, let's have more examples here. This is our first example. Okay, so a bowl contains 15 balls numbered 1 to 15. Okay, and then you're going to randomly choose one ball. Okay, what is the probability that it is? Okay, so we answer these 4 questions here. Okay, let's start with letter A. Okay, what is the probability that the randomly chosen ball is a 7 or 15? Okay, so this is the solution. Now, you have to write the sample space. Ito yung sample space niya. You have numbers 1 to 15. Okay? Kasi you have 15 balls numbered 1 to 15. Alright? Okay. So, we have 2 events here, right? The event of getting a 7 and the event of getting a 15. So, parang ito yung gagawin kong event A, ito yung gagawin kong event B. What do I mean by that? Ito. Okay? Set A contains 7 and then set B contains 15. And then, note that wala silang intersection. Ayan o, wala namang common silang dalawa. Okay? So, they are mutually exclusive events. Okay? So, like this. Okay? Their intersection contains nothing. Okay? Ito yung notation natin for an empty set. Now we get the probability of their union. Ito yun. Okay? Since wala naman silang intersection, wala na ditong minus probability of A intersection B. Okay? We just get the probability of A plus the probability of B. Okay? How do we get again the probability? We count the number of elements in A and then divided by the number of elements in S. Okay? Ganun din sa B. Okay? Number of elements in B divided by the number of elements in S. So that's why we have this. So 1 plus 1, you'll get 2 over 15. Okay? Let's try this letter B. Okay, same yung sample space. The sample space S contains numbers 1 to 15. Okay, what are the 2 events here? Event A is the event of getting a 5. Event B, okay, is the event of getting a number divisible by 3. When you say divisible by 3, okay, you just skip count by 3s. Okay? So you start with 3. Okay? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay? Yun yung mga elements ni set B. Ganito. Okay? Ito yung set A, and then this is our set B. Now, do they have an intersection? Meron bang common element sila? Wala. So, it's easy to get the probability of their union. So, it is equal to this one. 1 over 15 because 1 lang ang element ni A and then 15 ang elements ni S. Dito naman, 5 ang elements ni B and then divided by the number of elements ni S. So, the answer is 6 over 15. This is not yet your final answer because we can still simplify this fraction to this one. Okay, i-divide nyo lang ang numerator and the denominator by 3. Let's try C. Okay, we have two events here, getting an even number, okay, or getting a number that is divisible by 3. Okay, sige nga, anong laman ng ating set A? Yung mga even number. So you start with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, right? Ito namang divisible by 3, mag-skip count lang din kayo by 3s. So these are the two events. Okay? So, may nakikita ba kayong intersection or common elements nila? Here. Okay, pareho silang may 6. Ano pa? Pareho silang may 12. So therefore, may laman ang intersection nila this time. Dalawa. Alright? Okay, so we now get the probability of their union. Ito yun. Okay, nakita nyo? Meron ng probability of A intersection B. O sige nga, what is the probability of A? Ilan ang elements ni A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 over 15. Okay, kasi yun yung total number of elements ni S. Okay, so 7 over 15 plus, ano naman yung kay B? Ilan to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 over 15 minus yung intersection. Probability ng intersection. So you have 2 over 15. So that's why you have this. Okay? If you do the math, 7 plus 5, 12. 12 minus 2, 10. So you'll have 10 over 15. Simplifying further, you will get 2/3. Now let's try letter D. Okay? So again, we have two events here. Yung first event or event A is the event of getting a number that is divisible by 3. Event B is the event of getting a number divisible by 4. Okay? So ito lang yan. Now you check kung meron silang intersection. Okay? At meron, right? Ito, 12. Okay? So their intersection contains one element. Now we get the probability of their union. Okay? At ganito lang yun. Okay? All you have to do is to count the number of elements in the given set, okay, divided by the number of elements of the sample space. Okay? If you do the math, 5 plus 3, 8. 8 minus 1, you get 7. Okay? And then copy the denominator. You'll get 7 over 15. Let's try another example. This is the second example. There are 44 marbles in which 14 are red, 12 are blue, and 18 are yellow. Okay, if one marble is to be randomly picked, okay, by Mario, what is the probability that Mario selects a red marble or a yellow marble? Okay, so let's solve this. To start our solution, let me give you the given. Ito yun. Okay, so what do we mean by N of S? Ibig sabihin nito, the number of elements in the sample space. Okay, 44 kasi there are 44 marbles in all. And then, what do we mean by N of R? It tells us the number of red marbles. So, we have 14 red marbles and so on. Ito yung para sa blue, ito naman yung para sa yellow. Before we get the probability of getting a red marble or a yellow marble, I want you to take note of this. Okay? The events are, okay, B and Y are mutually exclusive events. They don't have any intersection. Kasi wala namang red na blue, walang blue na red, walang blue na yellow, and so on and so forth. Right? So that's why they are disjoint events. So we are going to get the probability of getting a red or getting a yellow. Okay? Or this is simply probability of R union Y. Okay? Since they are disjoint or they are mutually exclusive events, ganyan lang. Probability of R plus probability of Y. Okay? Sige nga, how do we get the probability of R? Bibilangin nyo lang yung elements. Ilan yung elements ni R? 14. Ilan ang elements ni S? 44. Yun yung probability ni R. Eto. Right? What about probability ni yellow? Ganun din. Ito naman siya. Okay, number of elements or number of yellow marbles divided by the total number of marbles. So, ito yung probability of R union Y. Okay, so what is 14 plus 18? You'll get 32. So, you have 32 over 44. Again, do not stop here. Okay, you still have to simplify. Okay, anong pwede natin i-divide dito? Okay, you divide the numerator by 4. You also divide the denominator by 4. You will get 8 over 11. Alright? Okay, I still have another example here. Let's try this third example. Okay, so we're going to answer this as fast as you can. Okay, we're not going to list down all the elements here because it's very easy to visualize all the elements because we are just going to deal with the 26 letters of the English alphabet. Alam na natin yan, right? Okay, so all we have to do is to recall this formula. Okay, in getting the probability of union of two events. Alright? Okay, so sige nga, mag-start tayo sa letter A. What is the probability that a randomly chosen letter is a vowel? Ano yung vowel? That's your A, E, I, O, U. Okay? Or a consonant. Yan yung hindi naman A, E, I, O, U. Okay? So, sige nga. So, what is the probability of getting a vowel? It's 5 over 26, right? Because we have 5 vowels, okay, divided by 26 letters of the alphabet. What about the probability of getting a consonant? Kung meron na tayong 5 vowels, ilan yung consonants? 21. Okay? So the probability of getting a consonant letter is 21 over 26. Now, meron bang intersection yung getting a vowel at getting a consonant? Wala. Okay? Kasi wala naman tayong letter na vowel siya and at the same time, consonant din siya. Walang ganon. Okay? So that's why for letter A, we have this. Okay? Ang A, this is the event of getting a vowel. B, this is the event of getting a consonant. Ito yun. Okay? If you add, you will get 26 over 26 or simply 1. So that means we have 100% probability. Okay? That happens when the union gives the sample space. Okay? Kapag pinagsama mo yung A at saka B, ang sagot yung buong sample space. And yes, right? Pagsamahin mo ang lahat ng vowels at lahat ng consonants, bubuuin niya yung 26 letters of the English alphabet. Okay? So 100% chance yung probability of getting a vowel or getting a consonant. Okay? Now let's move on to letter B. Probability of getting a consonant or W. Okay. Again, what is the probability of getting a consonant? 21 over 26. Okay. What is the probability of getting a W? It's 1 over 26. Right? Now, meron ba silang intersection? Yes. Okay? Kasi yung W, nandito rin siya sa set of consonants. Right? Okay. Again, you may want to list down all the elements here. Okay? So, since meron silang intersection, which is W lang naman, okay, ganito ang magiging itsura niya. Ito yung probability of A union B. A is getting a consonant, B is getting a W. So, that's why I have 21 over 26 plus 1 over 26 minus ito ang intersection nila. Isang element lang naman, which is W. Right? If you do the math, you will get 21 over 26. Okay? Moving on to letter C, ganun lang naman din to. Okay, this time vowel naman. Okay, what is the probability of getting a vowel? 5 over 26. What is the probability of getting an E? 1 over 26. Meron bang intersection yung set of vowels at saka E? Yes, yung E mismo ang intersection nila. So that's why to get the probability of their union, eto siya. This is the probability of getting a vowel. This is the probability of getting an E at ito yung intersection nila. Iba-minus mo. And you will get 5 over 26. Okay, for letter D, we have this. Okay, this is the probability of getting a consonant. This is the probability of getting a letter O. Okay, at alam natin wala silang intersection because O is a vowel. Okay, it is not a consonant. So that's why we simply add their probabilities and you will get 22/26. And oops, this is not yet the final answer. You still have to write it in its lowest term. Okay, so that's why 11/13 is our final answer. Okay, lastly, we have letter E. Ito naman siya. Getting a vowel or K. Wala rin silang intersection because K is a consonant. So all you have to do is to get the probability of getting a vowel, which is 5/26, and then get the probability of getting a K, which is 1/26. And then you add those two probabilities and you will get 6/26. Okay? And then you simplify, you will get 3/13. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video to your friends, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.